Gladys Hernández is an educational leader with a posse leader right here as well, passionate about education reform through collective impact. And her career in education started with a great program, I think, Teach for America, right here on San Antonio's east side. That has led her to becoming the executive director for Leadership SAISD. It is the only education-focused leadership development program in the county. And during her free time, it says here, she enjoys spending time with her family and her friends. It does say this, reading, traveling, singing, exercising, and most importantly, juggling 3 languages on a daily basis. Please give it up for Gladys Karen Hernández.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. And
yes, and team.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Well, before I begin, I would like to thank the PechaKucha committee for the invitation. I'm completely humbled, and it is an absolute honor to be before you all this evening. I would also like to thank fellow presenters, former presenters, and future presenters as I look out into the amazing talent here in San Antonio. I also want to thank family and friends and former students who are here this evening. Your presence is a complete value to me. And I also want to thank those of you who made the drive from Austin, Texas. Thank you all so much for squeezing me in this evening. The teacher in me and the ball. You'll see it in action in just a bit. My theme for this evening is I haven't started just yet. Okay, we're good. My theme for this evening is the power of you, the power of me, the power of us. In my role as an education leader, I'm constantly thinking about my former students and our exercises exploring our power. Today, I'm going to invite you to witness something similar. As I pass the ball, I invite our first catcher and guest to respond to the following question. What is your name and where are you from?
Nadia, San Antonio.
Thank you. Snaps. Thank you. Acknowledging them. Next, what is your name and share a talent of yours?
My name is Mahatman and I play soccer.
Thank you. Snaps. What is your name and share what you love learning about?
My name is Laura and I love learning about medicine.
Thank you so much. Give them some snaps, guys. Thank you all. These were questions we were constantly exploring to discover the power of you, the power of me, and the power of us. I remember the first time I was asked these type of questions, I felt valued. Valuing this, I've made it my commitment to embed these practices to foster joyful and engaging learning environments. It's more my role to be a facilitator of learning and disperse power to my students and learn from them what is it that they value and what makes for them an ideal learning environment. Reflecting back on my own learner experiences, there were glowing moments of shared power and others of powerlessness, where I was told what to learn and how to learn. It was through these moments of frustration and confusion as to why is this still true today, that I hold on to hope, that through collaborative and inclusive learning environments, the power of you, the power of me, and the power of us will emerge and be ever so contagious in us all to spread into other spaces. I am driven by the power of us and gravitate to spaces where this is of value. I joined Teach for America in 2011 and have since been part of a collective ideating inside and outside of the box methods to help us reach towards one day. As a 5th grade science teacher in San Antonio's Promise neighborhood on the east side, I witnessed firsthand the power of students, their families, and the great power of us as we collaborated on what we were learning and how we were learning. The power of you, through the power of play, was definitely experienced during my time at the Museum, We took our professional development sessions seriously. Wink. We can suggest best practices for exploring STEM-based literacy and women in STEM without showing up to a national PD session dressed up like Rosie Revere the engineer. Currently, with Leadership SAISD, I'm in constant awe as I reflect on the great power of us, a network of 206 alums engaging in education in various facets to positively disrupt the education system in San Antonio. In college, I played a participatory role in various organizations. The orientation team held a near and dear place in my heart. It was my commitment to ensure future first-generation college-goers like me were taken care of, because I remember not having a clue of what to expect. Carrying out this desire to participate was not always easy. There were moments when I doubted, denied, and silenced my power. It's hard to believe in my power when I began to realize and witness the implications of my place, race, gender, and ethnicity in the world as a first-generation college graduate, first-generation Mexican-American, bilingual student, now trilingual, and lower-class Latina female constantly witnessing gang activity in my neighborhood. How did I navigate? I reminded myself of the many who share a story like mine. I was blessed with incredible educators along the way. Miss Scholler, my first grade bilingual teacher, helped me discover my power in the English language, so much so that I began to find a love for reading, writing, and speaking in English just as much as I did in Spanish. On this first day of kindergarten, I remember being so happy to start school, but this quickly took a turn for the worse because I failed my English pre-assessment language test and feared future failure in U.S. school systems. I thought my parents were going to have to send me back to Mexico with my tias, who were teachers. You see, I come from a humble family that believes in the power of learning in and out of schools. Trust me when I say that for my parents, everything is a teachable moment. Take Exhibit A. If it's tummy time for little brother, it's tummy time for big sis. Ay, en serio, mami? Sí, cariñita, sí. I'm a proud daughter of immigrants who came to the U.S. underneath the rails of a train. When I first learned about my parents' journey and their power, wasn't expecting this, I quickly realized the great power and responsibility my brother and I have to make that journey worth it. My parents' journey began in these humble homes filled with love, hope, and belief that through education, great power will come. And so it has. On my dad's side of the family, in Tejupilco, Mexico, we have 3 education leaders, 1 business owner, and 2 who moved to the United States. On my mom's side of the family, in Bejucos, Mexico, we have 1 civil engineer, 1 ed leader, 1 business owner, and 3 who moved to the United States. Gracias, Mami, Papi, for your power and helping us discover ours. The power of you, the power of me, the great power of us. Today, I invite you all to reflect and explore how are you fostering powerful, collaborative learning environments, inviting others and yourself to showcase power by asking, what is your name? What are your talents? Where are you from? And what do you love learning about? Thank you.
Thank you, Gladys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Gladys. You can't leave yet. That was great.
Yes, thank you.
All right, is this on, or did Ken's run the audio again? I'm sorry. It's a cheap old line. We got a lot of Ken's people in the audience. Come on. I used to work there. It's okay. All right, first of all, years ago, ¿cuál es su otra lengua? What's?
Portugués.
Oh, and why?
So, though many might know the story. So my husband is Brazilian.
Oh,
so
okay.
I had to quickly learn.
Well, and also you mentioned there's people from Austin.
Yes.
And why are they here? Because we don't like Austin people.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Kidding.
Well, I figured that they would love to just be welcomed by the warmth of San Antonio because now I call San Antonio home, but family and friends.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. Our tacos are better, by the way. Just want to make sure. Okay, so I'm sorry. So where did you grow up exactly? Here and go to school in that kindergarten picture?
Oh, in the kindergarten picture, oh gosh, that was what, Mommy, Beatty Elementary in Austin, Beatty Elementary School, yes, in Austin, Texas.
Is that your mom?
Yes.
Do you have a whole family here? That's just cool.
Well,
Wow.
former students too.
And now, what was that like? Because a lot of people here go through that. You spoke Spanish.
Yes.
Some people are told not to, or were told not to
Correct,
speak
yes.
Spanish. Do you still see that as in a Teach for America program and onward?
Absolutely. In my first year of teaching, I definitely witnessed that. One of my former students, I remember his story. He's here with us this evening of just not having that experience, but you're connected across languages, and love is what transcends. But I definitely had to learn the historical roots of why that was the case for a lot of San Antonians here.
And now going from is it Teach for America, right? I know that program. And to what you're doing now, what do you see yourself doing in the future?
Oh gosh, I wish I knew. I don't have a clear answer for that because I'm always open-minded, but I definitely know that I love to be in spaces and part of organizations that place kids first, and that is my lifelong commitment.
And in the classroom or out of the classroom? Because obviously you're very well spoken. You do some other things. You have fans in Austin. Do you like best one-on-one with kids or getting out and doing other things?
Being in a classroom is like no other feeling. There are moments right now that I'm out of the classroom and I have withdrawals, and so I'll go observe teachers, and I'll go visit former students as well. But honestly, like collaborative spaces are just where I thrive.
And one last question for our investigators in the back. Where do you have those boxes that you put people in? Where did you actually get boxes that you put
in the
people
picture.
in?
Well, that was at Institute during our training before we were launched into the education field. And it was actually at a school. So we joked and we were like, we want to know what it's like to be in kids' shoes, but then and also their school supply shoes. So we like literally put ourselves in those like little box spaces.
And where can they find out more about what you're doing right now? Do you have a website? Do you have an Instagram you want to
Sure.
pimp? Anything like that?
Currently, with my now place of employment with Leadership SAISD, it's at leadershipsaisd.org.
Give her a hand. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Bienvenidos a San Antonio de ustedes de Austin, Gladys Karen Hernández.